It looks like we are live. Let me just check. Come on, I'm gonna refresh. Getting an ad. Awesome. We are indeed live. Welcome back to another Sunday stream. I'm trying to play with my microphone. Yeah, you know what? It's good enough. Welcome back. We are 134 countries deep. We are somewhere in Europe right now. Iltired's joining in. Iltired saying hello, I'm here. Welcome in. Hope your Sunday cooking went well today. Anything exciting? I'm feeling it, you know what? When I was sitting here, just kind of like setting things up and had the screen open, I kind of thought maybe France. I thought France was a bit of a shot. But I don't think that's correct anymore. I don't know what I think. I think Europe. Let's, oh, here we go. Is this Hungarian? No. Ayala isn't Hungarian. Karolinas Ayala. Is it Baltic, maybe? Cat saying, good evening all. Iltired saying, oh yes, I was at a murder mystery dinner party this afternoon. That sounds like a blast. Did you set it up? Was it like a pre-made thing, or did you set up the murder mystery yourself, like created the plot yourself? Cat saying Lithuania, question mark. Yeah, I'm leaning toward that as well. Of course, no flags on the flagpoles. Love that. Looking around over here, this is not a language I recognize, which makes me think Baltic. That's not helpful. Okay, Iltired saying it was a pre-made kit. That sounds cool. I'll look into that. That sounds like a fun time. Sleem saying, hey, welcome in, Sleems. Good to have you here. Oh, is that the Estonian E, or is that just a straight line above the E? I can't quite tell. Okay, Katz is saying Latvia. Sammy Marco saying hi, currently making dinner. Anything exciting? Oh no, it's the E with the two dots above it. So is that only Latvian, that character? I don't think I've seen it in Estonian. Let's look over here. It almost, like, this word and this word kind of seem Polish. I don't know. I was at the Ellis Island Museum today, and I saw they had this big picture blown up on one of the walls, and I looked at it, and I was like, that's Poland. Because there were a few words. I was like, that looks like Polish. I gotta find out. So I went and found the placard. It was, like, off to the side of it. And it was like, Poland, 1915. And I was like, yeah. Cat saying, Lithuania, Latvia. Oh, good point. Iltired. Olympic Center should have some flags. I wasn't actually paying attention to what the places were. Olympic Center. Okay, we were going the right way. We're also going to the water park? Water amusement park. Hopefully that has coverage. Would love to hit some slides. I think I just saw a Latvian flag out in the distance. Right? Did anyone else see it? Right there. Latvian flag. So let's head over here. And this is the flagpole. No flag though. What a shame. Oh, nope. Nope. Okay, yeah, Katz is saying either one of two. Yeah, it's not Estonia. It's Baltic and not Estonia, which leaves us with two, essentially. Simi Marco saying fries, turkey burger, patties, and carrots. Love it. There you go. Oh, Riga. Riga on the A10, E22. Let's see. Yep, those are Latvian roads. I don't know why I literally couldn't remember the name of the country for a second. Yeah, Sleem saying send, Cat saying Latvia then. Awesome. Yeah, Sammy Marco, it never gets better than the fries, turkey burger, patties, and carrots. That's the peak. I'm 26 in a couple weeks, still can't cook. Well, no, I can. It just doesn't turn out well. Bus. Oh yeah, good catch, cats. Aila is Latvian. I did learn in Russian, so at Russian class this week, Ulica is road, her street, and I thought that was wild. I was sitting there having like a brain blast because I remembered, Utica is street in Hungarian, and it's similar in Polish too. It's like that kind of, that group has it all the same, and I was just kind of having that little brain blast. It was fun. Yeah, cat sing is Malaysia or Indonesia, 100%. Given that bus feels kind of universal, so I'm not going to go off that. Don't want to go that way. Let's actually go this way. But Iltired's saying I'll have to teach you. I can't be bothered to put effort into a meal. Because I just, like, eating, I just don't enjoy eating enough. You probably don't know. But that's just, I don't know. I can't be bothered. My roommates literally call me Mr. White Man. Because I just make unseasoned chicken. And just roll with it. But Cat saying Midden, Malaysia maybe. What about Midden is making you think Malaysia? Yeah, rupee. But both Malaysia and Indonesia use rupees, don't they? Okay, Medan is a place. Okay, that's super helpful. Cat saying, "Don't worry, I'm not a good cook either." Some people aren't born with it. Sleep's laughing at that. Semi Marco saying, "I have so many food allergies that it's hard to make easy things that are." Yeah, that's a good point. That is a really good point. I forgot you have your food allergies. Yeah, I don't know what this is. W Dig saying, "Yo, we are so back, chat. We are indeed so back. Welcome in, W Dig." Cat saying, "Hello, W Dig." Got some snacks. Christopher like saying, "Hello, all. A little late to our Sunday night chicken pizza party." I don't know who ordered pizza, but I'm disappointed to not have any. Really not getting anything off these buildings. W Dig saying, "About to drive home from NYC. So we'll just be listening for a while, but let's go." Hey, hope you enjoyed NYC today. It was a good summer day. It was hot. It was, yeah, you really can't see. Oh, no, you can on the camera. You see the like, red and then the white? It's city streets yesterday. But Iltard saying Rupiah currency, so Malaysia or Indonesia probably. Yeah, that's the annoying thing, is it doesn't narrow it down. Yeah, Iltard is asking if Christopher Like is the murder mystery killer. Okay, Slim's saying you can't see the sunburn. Love that. Yeah, it was one of those ones where it's like you've been out in the sun for a bit and then it starts to get you, but I was like 45 minutes from home on my bike and I was like, yeah, this is only gonna get worse. Yeah, Cat saying just having a chill Sunday night. Love that for you. It's good. I think this is always the best way to end the weekend and go into the week. It's just like the chillax, GeoGuessr, like it's a ton of fun. Samuel Marco saying it was a high of 72 degrees today here. That sounds lovely. I envy you there. Yeah, Christopher like saying that light. Yeah, the light, I'm going to get a thing that'll actually, because look at this. If I put my thumb right there, it blocks it out. So I need something that'll actually block it. I wasn't sure how it was going to look. Because, fun fact, these actually aren't the normal lights that I have in here, that have been in here. I got new ones this week, so I wasn't sure they were going to show up. But you might be wondering, why new? Like, they're pretty much exactly the same, except they're just more noticeable on the camera. So why get new lights? Just check this out. Echo, change lights to red.
Okay.
Oh, it's completely useless. I have no need for this. It's just funny. Echo, change lights to white. Echo, change lights to white.
Okay.
Okay. Sleem saying the God rays add to the vibe, and Sleem saying sick. Yeah, it's so stupid. Sammy Marco saying Soviet Union. Exactly. Muy Tavares. The red lights. Red scare in my bedroom. Yeah, it does that. It also, in the morning with my alarm, it's like slowly turns on the lights. So it's supposed to mimic a sunrise. So that's cool. And it's actually helpful because I can do like, and I tried doing, okay, we're at the end. Let's go back to the start and just go the other direction. Which direction did we go? Membawe? Does this mean anything to anyone? Is this anyone catching anything here? I'm gonna take that as a no. I think, which way did we go? I think we didn't go this way, so let's go this way now. Yeah, because it ended quickly over here. We got some cows. But no, one of the actual genuine reasons, like rational, useful reasons for this is I can do Echo, dim lights to 50%.
Okay.
It doesn't help with the glare right now, but it's cool if I'm like getting ready for bed or if I wake up in the middle of the night, you know? Echo, lights to 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, Eltired saying Belarusian yuan. Just Soviet yuan. Sleem saying I have one of those bulbs in a floor lamp for the novelty. It's like the novel. It's honestly, it's so much fun, but it's annoying to now. Anytime I leave my room, I have to say like, wake word, lights off, which has been annoying. It's kind of innovation that's gone too far, and now it's just pointless. But Christopher likes saying watching 2 streams at once, one on mute. I'm assuming NFL. The preseason started again, right? Oh, okay. WWE SummerSlam. I'm honored to be the stream that you didn't mute. Truly honored. Tired saying I use the lights to simulate a sunset at night or sunrise in the morning in the winter. Oh. Yeah, because it's... Are you so far north that the times are actually that messed up that you're getting sunsets and sunrises? Come on. This is a nightmare. Seems saying you gotta say SummerSlam in the WWE voice. I don't know the WWE voice. That's the thing. I assume it's just like loud presenter, like in this. I'm gonna sound like an idiot if I try. What's happening? And like the vision of it I have in my head, I will sound like an idiot if I try to actually verbalize that. Here we go. We got some stuff up here. We got some people working. They have an umbrella that's not in national colors. Nope, no idea. Tired saying lol, upstate New York isn't that far above New York City. I know, that's why it was terrifying that you said it. Now, just in winter, it slowly gets bright when my alarm goes off, and when I go upstairs to bed, it starts to sunset. Okay, cool. It's not for, like... It's not like you're only getting 4 hours of sunlight a day. And Christopher likes saying that light will be useful for Halloween with the color orange. So I can actually change each individual bulb's color, so I can do orange and black, like, in sequence, and have them flash. They flash. I can't do it over voice, but I can make them do fun stuff like that. I can sync them with music fairly easily, but I have to do it on the app. I can't do it with my voice. It's really cool. Like as the song kind of fades, the lights will dim, and then they'll like bounce back up. I've only listened to like, I don't know how you like Eurotrash and Bad Bunny using the lights, so I don't know how it's like with any other normal music. Tired saying Gove. Is that an area? And I feel like we've got to be missing something. There's no way we've made it this far and we don't have something helpful here. Indonesia, right there. Republic Indonesia. Yep. Right there. I don't know why I zoomed out of Indonesia. We good with that? Oh, okay. Iltar's at Gove, it's a brand of lights. No, these are Lepro. Okay, Kat's is saying Medan is in Indonesia then. Oh, yep, there it is. We maybe could have spent some time exploring that. Cause yeah, we're outside Medan. Well, yeah, Christopher likes saying Indonesia. Send. This is Bangladesh. This is 100% Bangladesh. It's the tree-lined streets that give it away. We'll see something. We'll see a government photo soon, or government logo soon. This is the right script. Yeah, Cat's agreeing. Bangladesh. Anything here that would help that? No. I feel like no, that's just I'm making that up. I was gonna say I feel like we see these trucks in Bangladesh a lot, but I'm definitely just making that up. Yeah, Eltired's saying odd there isn't much English. Is there much English in Bangladesh usually? I feel like there isn't. I feel like English is more of an India thing. Oop. Okay, let's look here. Nope, that's not helpful at all. Left-hand drive. Which doesn't really... I mean, it helps confirm what we think. But, I feel like we've seen these in Bangladesh. That one's not me just wanting this to be Bangladesh. We've definitely seen these. That's the Bangladeshi flag on there. Right? Or am I just wanting it to be that? Okay, let's... I need opinions here on this. Am I hallucinating? Or is that the Bangladeshi flag right there? Because I think it is. And then I think that's the Chinese one there. So that could be one of those, you know, people put up... okay, yes. Katz is saying, yes, that's the flag. That's the Bangladesh flag. Okay, cool. Anyone disagree with that? Because I think what this is... I'm not cheating here. I'm not going to go to Bangladesh, but I think the best way to explain this is to show an example. Like one of the, like this, like China Aid Bridge project, where they put the local flag and then the Chinese flag. I think that's what's happening here. You have the Chinese flag and then the Bangladeshi flag. Anyone object to Bangladesh? Whoa. That's crazy. So it's... Okay, we traveled back in time. But let's do it. Awesome. This is Argentina. Sun is almost directly west. Slightly northwest. This is Argentina. Let me catch that car. Or these cars are fine. I don't see a front plate. The plate that I do see is not Argentine, and I'm about to look like an idiot. These aren't Argentinian plates. Yeah, okay, I'm an idiot. That's embarrassing. It's literally left-hand drive. I'm actually an idiot. This is like South Africa or something. Yeah, yeah. Ildard saying left drive. Cat saying South Africa, Australia. Yeah. Whoops. That was not my best moment. Christopher Lex saying they had a baseball game at a NASCAR racetrack today. I did see that. I saw that. You know what's funny? I saw that yesterday and was like, this is going to come up in the stream. Someone's going to say this. And if I hadn't seen this, I would have been like, what? But I've seen it now. Oh, right. Sleem saying should be South Africa with the yellow outer lines. Remember, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago. Happy to do it. Okay, or Botswana. Okay, then let's wait. But yeah, I saw they took it was the Bristol Raceway in Tennessee. And they had the Atlanta Braves, Cincinnati Reds playing. How did that end up looking? That's... Like, I saw how they set up the field yesterday, and it was kind of bamboozling. Because I also saw people were taking pictures from, seats that they were selling, and they were just miles from the field. And it's, okay, Christopher Lex saying Wild, Braves won 4-2. Okay. And it was, what's it? I forget. That does not need to be that large. I thought that was going to have words on it. Awesome. But I did see the view from... Great. Like, looking out into the outfield stands, it just looked so daunting seeing, a raceway stand in front of you. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so much larger that it was just insane to see. I'm not really painting the best picture. That's why I play GeoGuessr and have a normal job, and I'm not a poet. So I should not be describing things. My medium is pointing a camera at things and being like, oh, look at that. No idea. Speaking of, I actually, out of curiosity yesterday, I was taking a break. I was like, you know what? I've never watched my Ecuador video since I posted it. Okay, here we go. N14. That's a South African road, isn't it? Yeah, because Botswana's A. South Africa's got to be N. Right? Yeah, Cat's saying yes, South Africa Road. Yeah, there's R's. There's also... I know there's also N's. Let's find one just to be sure. There's a lot of R's. Just for peace of mind. Vryburg. That sounds... Just want to look at Namibia real quick. Vryburg sounds Afrikaans. So I guess it makes sense to look in that area. How confident are we in this? I'm happy to do it if people are confident, but I'm not. So I just want to gauge the group. Where are En-roads? Yeah, okay, Cat's saying we can find En-roads. I don't like that we don't see any. Joao Pedro saying the fact I'm good at Poland but bad at Brazil and GeoGuessr. Yeah, that's, you gotta know your own country. So Johannesburg uses... There's M roads and R roads. Still no N roads. So M roads could be like metropolitan roads. And So what could N mean? So R could mean rural, M could mean metropolitan, N could mean northern. I'm taking a complete shot in the dark. See, the thing is, I kind of remember there being N roads in Australia. Or am I crazy? Joao Pedro, man, I once got 4,750 3 times in Poland. That's pretty crazy, actually. Because you got to be able to more or less read Polish at that point, or just memorize the cities. Christopher likes saying Northern Cape to Pretoria. All right, Northern Cape to Pretoria. I feel like Pretoria will be the easier place to look. Katzing, can you check the other side of the road to see the names of the town? Yeah. So we also got these two. You know what? Let's also just look at the rest of the signs too. Northern Cape Province. Yeah, okay. We zoned in on the wrong thing. Alright, South Africa. Joao Pedro saying team duels, by the way. That's funny though. I like if someone pulled that on me in teams duels, I'd be impressed, honestly. I couldn't even complain. Alright. Yep, Cat's in South Africa then. Let's do it. Love it. I guess we've made 4 out of 6 guesses correctly. Our 138. Yeah, Joao Pedro saying same. Yeah, you can't even be mad at that point. That's just skill. Alright, this is Thailand. Unless, massive red herring, but I doubt it. If it's a red herring, they got us. Congrats. Cat saying Thailand send. Anyone object? Alright, let's do it. I love it. Yay, random forest! I'm so excited! Okay, we'll try to get out over here. I fear we might not be able to get through this gate. This is... I'm not gonna... Okay, yep. I'm glad I didn't say anything. .be. Belgium? Belgium? Yep. Cat saying Belgium. Let's go up here and look at the plates. That's not a real plate. On the van... Can't really tell, but it's in Dutch. Or Flemish. Kind of a... No, I'm imagining the red tint there. But I think we're good, right? Right? No one's advertising their Belgian home for sale outside of Belgium, right? Christopher likes saying, funny, I had a chat with a guy from South Africa today. He was from Durban. Oh, that's cool. How'd you meet a random South African? Il Tired saying we have only had one right-hand drive country today. And that was Latvia. And now Belgium. Probably. It feels like Belgium. Or it doesn't feel like... Okay, yeah, this also says it. I think we're fine. Any objections to that? I think we're good. Cats is saying Belgium. I'm taking a sip of water. Remember to stay hydrated. Yeah. Cat send Belgium. No objections, so we're good. Love it. All right. This is Indonesia. Look at that. Most average Indonesian nationalist right here. This is... So not only have they painted the fence here, they've painted these 2 logs, and this, whatever this is. This is every fence. This is Indonesia. This is... I'm not moving. I think we do it. And if it's wrong, then they got us. You win. This is the equivalent of someday I'm going to buy a house with a yard, rather than, you know, a shoebox New York City apartment to where I could probably jump and touch that corner. Someday I'll have a house with a yard, and I'm going to go absolutely insane with Canadian flags and Canadian memorabilia, in the hopes that someday somebody playing GeoGuessr thinks they're in the US or Canada, sees my house, and says, this is clearly Canada. That's what the equivalent of this is. I'm going to do that someday. Indonesia. Eastern Europe, yay. Kazakhstan, Kazakh truck. Cat saying that's a good idea. Potentially biased, being our resident Canadian. Yeah, .kz over here. Yeah, this is Kazakhstan. Kazakh truck. Cyrillic over here. .kz right here. It's Kazakhstan. Christopher likes saying he came into my store, older guy. I could tell instantly he was from South Africa with the accent. Yeah, Cat saying Kazakhstan. That's cool though. What was he doing in the Carolinas? I always feel like it's a... There are some places where I don't expect to meet many foreigners in the United States. Let's do Kazakhstan. I'm also going to have a cough drop. Hopefully this is the last week where I'm having cough drops on stream. So I guess my throat is still recovering from getting absolutely obliterated by the mold. Christopher likes saying, oh, he lives here. Interesting. Oh, good for him. Joel Pedro saying 1v1 me, the 1v1 me in Poland if you want. I don't need to take that on. I know how that's gonna go. I can't 4700 Poland. Oh boy. Okay. Czech or Slovak, I'm assuming. Well, so let's... The towns seem to be this way, so let's go this way. Yeah, let's go over here. But, as I was saying a bit ago, took a break, like, yesterday, and thought, I've never actually watched my Ecuador videos since publishing it. I never really watch any of my videos since publishing them. Excuse me. So I went and watched it. I just kind of had it on the background while I was doing something else. And it got to a point, I'm like, I'm coming out of the barbed wire fence, you know, coming out of the military reserve, and these dogs run up to me. And I'm, thank you, cats. Cats said, bless you. Okay. So, Sharisik Chorin. It's funny that this is actually helping me pronounce it more than this. So, dual script. Serbia? I think Serbia. I don't think it's Bulgaria. Serbia seems to be the only one that makes sense to me right now, but we'll keep going. Christopher likes saying Slovakia, but Slovakia is not dual script. Yeah, exactly, Eltard. It does seem very Czechoslovakian. I did not expect to see that. And that over there, that's a very classic Central European church. What is going on in this town? Eltard saying could be holdover from Soviet Union. But that's... I don't know. I don't think Cyrillic ever made it this far west, though. I don't think Czechoslovakia was using Cyrillic. My brain's broken. This doesn't add up. This is odd. Ooh, Cat saying maybe close to the Ukrainian border. That is a good thought. So, Kremika, Chulmek, Sigla. No, I don't see any of those places. This is incredibly weird. Like, Joao Pedro saying that's Slovakia. Okay. Why is there Cyrillic then? That shouldn't be here. Joao Pedro saying trust. Yep, .sk. Slovakia. It's close to Poland, not even Ukraine. That is so weird. Why? Honestly, okay, this is where we find out that I don't know how to actually spell Cyrillic. It'll figure it out. Why Cyrillic in Slovakia? Blah blah blah. Well, Saint Cyril and Methodist. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, did Slovakia ever use Cyrillic? No. What? What? Okay. I'm gonna ignore that. Christopher like saying Soviet era influence. Like that's what makes the most sense. But still, it's like, why? Why just there? We never see that anywhere else in Slovakia. It's random. It's next to Poland. It's not even next to Ukraine. That didn't make sense. Joao Pedro saying we trust. The writer corrects. Yes, we did trust. You were correct. You led us in the right direction. So we got Spanish. Yeah, this is government of... It kind of looks like Honduras. Can we get closer to that sign? Nope, we get further from that sign. Joao Pedro saying Spain or South America or Mexico. I think this is Central America. It fully says government of... That could be maybe Guatemala. Yeah, Christopher like thinking Guatemala. Cat's thinking Guatemala. This shouldn't be hard. Okay, Cat's is saying Flores is in Guatemala. Let's go. Oh, no. Okay, we can't go down that street. Pelen. Joao Pedro saying it's not Guatemala for me. I think... Oh, too far. I wanted to read those signs. Come on over here. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what... I'm ignoring that. This probably would have... If this wasn't scratched off, it probably would have given us our answer. Yep, Alto. This is Central America. Am I missing anything? Maybe out of the... over there it did say, bilingual. Do you think maybe Spanish and Mayan? Provided this is Guatemala. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying flowers are in every Spanish country. There. Joe Pedro saying, wait, it is Guatemala. What's making you say that now? Come on, over here. I like. It just feels like it, right? I feel like it's not. I don't want to just go off vibes. We don't have much actual hard evidence, but at the same time, you know, Joe Pedro saying Central America says it. No, it's a menu. I trust that it is Guatemala, but I need harder evidence, or I need everybody to be on board with this. Nope, still not helpful. Semi Marco making a very good point. If you guess Guatemala and it's wrong, how will you feel if it's wrong? Very upset. That will ruin my weekend. I had such a great weekend to get this wrong. It would be such a damper. Oh, okay. I've gone too fast here. I thought the town was ending. Christopher likes saying I'm certain, but it's not 100%. I am too. There we go. Got the Q right here. Quetzal, right? That's the currency. Yeah, Cat saying Pollo Reyes, Guatemalan chicken. Go back to the stores there. Okay. I've seen Pollo Rey in the Philippines, though. I don't know. Yeah, Cat saying Quetzal send. Joao Pedro saying, yep, 100% Guatemala. Let's do it. Love it. 144. Cyrillic. Okay. This is Kazakhstan. Yep. Mountains. This is... like, okay, hold on. Go back. Yeah, see? Oh, okay. I guess if you don't know Cyrillic, then I'm not really making any actual point here. But this says Ulitsa right here, like I was saying earlier. Yeah, I forget that doesn't... I could just say that says, you know, boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. And you'd have no way of fact-checking me without actually, you know, screenshotting it and going and translating it. Like, this is Kazakhstan, though. Joao Pedro saying, imagine an impossible frustration appears out of nowhere. No, they're only possible frustration. You know, that doesn't make any sense. There's no... Yeah, whatever. We can do anything. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying rain bolt moment. It's the truck, though. It's the Cyrillic and the white truck. That's what makes this seem Kazakh. But, yeah, Cat's asking why is there street. No idea. Genuinely no idea. It's not very, like... I didn't find Kazakhstan to be a very English-friendly place when I was there. It's not like they were... Not like I'd walk in and be like... Do you speak English? And they'd be like, yeah, of course. It was, no, nobody spoke English. Except one woman at the border who had us get into a stranger's car. Is that Batman? Gotham Kino Room. Okay. Okay. I'm so confident, but Joao Pedro saying, by the way, the impossible map thing. Don't know what you're talking about, unfortunately. Christopher likes saying 60,000 tonight at MetLife Stadium. Is that for the WWE thing? They've got that at MetLife? Imagine how cool of an events venue that would be if it were actually close to the city. Like, I didn't realize. I knew it was inconvenient, but it didn't really hit me how inconvenient it was until I went out there and was like, "Man, this sucks." Joao Pedro saying, "Let me play Poland TBH." I wouldn't even know how to share that on the stream, honestly. But Katz is saying there's actually there's an upside down E on one of the Russian signs earlier. That's not a Cyrillic, or one of the signs earlier. That's not a Cyrillic letter in Russian. I haven't, to my knowledge, that's not Kazakh specific. So that's concerning. But it's all Kazakh. It's just, it screams Kazakh. The mountains, the truck, the words. We need like we had before where it literally said Almaty. Yeah, Kat's saying we just do country streaks every Sunday. Unless we lose, then we goof off for the rest of the stream because it's too demoralizing. Okay, I'm just gonna skim this. So that says Consulate General Republic of Poland and Almaty. In Almaty. This is Kazakhstan. Yeah, Iltired saying Ukraine maybe. Now with the mountains though, you can't see them right here, but the mountains are crazy. You'll see when the Kazakhstan video comes out. We lost our minds when we saw the mountains. They're pretty nice. Alright, good with Kazakhstan? Let's do it. Yep, Almaty. It's not a part that I know. We were hanging out. Where were we hanging out? I have no idea. Anyway. Oh yeah. Forgot you'll be there next month. That snuck up. That'll be fun. That was a really underrated country, I think. Cuisine, not there. But that's not a big thing for me. Have I mentioned don't try the horse? It's not good. Don't eat the horse. I feel like I complained about that extensively my first stream back. But like, don't eat that. Don't eat it. If they give you horse sausage, that was good. Normal horse, don't eat it. Bad. Cat saying horse meat. Okay, yeah, horse meat. Exactly. Tempted to try new food. See, I did the same. I had the horse sausage for breakfast, and I was like, well, I should try horse. If it's a thing they eat here, I'll eat it. And that was good. And then I accidentally ordered like actual horse, just like not put into sausage. I don't know why I've never put it in the Interesting Foods channel on the Discord. I'll remember to send it later. I'll send you the picture I got of horse. It was pretty bad. But also, okay, this is Denmark or Norway. But also, like, I can obviously recognize that my taste buds are not going to be the same as your average Kazakh. We're going to have different definitions of what is good food and what isn't. So, Denmark's roads with just numbers seem to be yellow. Norway's are green, which makes me think this is Norway. But anyway, yeah. Kazakhstan, super underrated. Would love to go back someday. Thought it was pretty cool. Definitely will go back someday. I gotta use all the Russian I'm learning. Yeah, Katz is saying, yeah, I think Norway. That's not a Norwegian green plate. I guess it's not commercial, really, is it? Oh, but as I was saying earlier, right, watching Ecuador video, blah, 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 get to the point where Sammy Marcos saying, I guess you gotta go to Russia now. Dude, the second the war ends, I'm there. The second the war ends. Iltard saying, no, don't go. It's like, I gotta use the language. I I gotta use the language. It's my like couple $100 that I will spend there is a drop in the bucket. I'm not funding stuff, slightly funding stuff. I'm probably doing what I'm spending my money on a day-to-day basis is probably just as unethical. Not that it's intentional, but you know, it's probably what did I spend money on today? I got Greek food twice. I went to the Subway. Okay, I haven't spent much money today. So the point is moot today. But yeah. It's a drop in the bucket. Like the money that I'll spend. There's bajillionaires in Russia. Oh, yeah, European plates. We knew that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cats sing as well. I'll have to wait till the war ends. Yeah, I would love to go. I've always been interested. And I was so happy. I remember being a late teen and thinking, oh, I'm happy to be, around in this day and age. Because, when my parents were growing up, you couldn't just go to Russia. And it's somewhere I really want to see. And now, again, can't just go to Russia again. So, Cats wants to go to Lake Baikal. That's a cool one. You got to get out there though. But now that you say it, I feel like that's worth it to get all the way out here. Trans-Siberian Railroad. That's 2 weeks. That's a full 2 weeks. Here we go. Norwegian green plate. This is Norway. Any objections? Sammy Marco saying USSR 2 electric boogaloo. No, for real. Alright. Yeah, Cat saying Norway send. I agree. Let's do it. Nice. I'm never going to end up telling this story about the Ecuador video, am I? Yeah, Cat saying I'm not doing a train for 2 weeks, sadly. No, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. But there's so much I'd want to see, Cat saying Austria, Linz, Slim saying so much Europe tonight. I feel like this isn't as much Europe as normal, though. Yeah, of course, nothing on the flagpole. This probably is Linz. I just want to look around. Did it say it over there or something? I just missed it. Yeah, Semi Marco saying Trans-Siberian train to Lake Baikal video. You'll really get to learn your Russian. Yeah. Oh yeah, Linz AG. Could that be? I mean, we're probably in Linz, but I see no reason to risk it. Let's keep looking. Yeah, Iltard saying, yeah, we had a lot of left-hand drive early on. Yeah, this wasn't actually much of a Europe week. But here we go, .at. That's enough for me. I know it's a van. Vans move. We know this, but if the bus stop said Linz on it and it says AT there, and is this going to say it? No, but it's in German. It says it there. I think we're good. Yeah, everyone seems to be in agreement there. Awesome. Interesting. Okay, so it's Korea, right? We're not just in like little Korea. Yeah, this is Korea. Cat saying North Korea send. Actually, this is West Korea. Yeah, this is Korea. It's not. Yes. Iltired saying Busan, maybe. Let's find out. Yes, it is Busan. Well, slightly outside of Busan, but still Busan-ish. I hear they have a cool train there. Yeah, Cat saying no, this is Little Korea in LA, US send. That's the thing. I'm terrified of the day where one of those gets us. That's why I circled around twice just to be sure. Okay, well, we're in the wilderness now, so I can tell the Ecuador story. So I'm watching the Ecuador video, and there's the part where I'm coming out of the... Is that a lion? No, it's a cow. Coming out of the hole in the barbed wire fence, these dogs run up to me. They were barking, and I hear a voiceover. And I'm like, that's weird. That's not supposed to be there. And I had just had the same issue watching the draft for Shakawe. Okay, probably Africa. Watching the draft for the Montreal video. Or I'd accidentally left a bit of a voiceover clip in a random part of the video and had to delete that. So it was happening in this fully finished version that I was watching on YouTube. And I was like, that's weird. Maybe that's playing out on my computer. But it wasn't. It was the actual video that I'd published on YouTube. And my brain exploded. And that's why I watched these over and over again to catch these things. And I remember that when I was trying to put out by a certain date and I rushed it. And already at that point in the video, I was like, I don't like this one. There are so many things I would change, but at that point, I stopped watching and went and took it down. So I have the file that I used to edit it, and I'm going to go back in and just remaster the whole thing, because I don't like it. And so that'll come out at the end of the, 6 videos I'm actively working on. Iltired saying I watched Train to Busan on a Train to Busan just for the meta. Honestly, I respect that. That's really funny. That's like an all-time bucket list thing now. Simi Marco saying go to Transnistria. They speak Russian there. I feel like Transnistria is almost worse to have on my passport. Well, they don't even... Do they stamp it? I feel like that's worse to have in my passport than Russia. I feel like Russia, I can at least pretend like, oh, I had business here. Transnistria, I had no business there. Okay, they don't stamp. Cat's saying that's awesome. I'm tired. Haven't been to South Korea yet. Yeah. South Korea will be a cool one. Eventually. I gotta get the funny places out of my system first. This is going on forever. Alright. Zoom. But... yeah, that broke my brain, seeing that. But, yay, more added to my to-do list. Cat saying, I did mention last week I booked a tour to Transnistria from Chisinau. Did you actually book the tour? I thought we were talking about it as a joke. You actually booked it? That's sick. That is so sick. You have to send pictures. That is awesome. You gotta pull up the old Sammy Marco video on Transnistria when you get there, or like as you're getting there. Sammy Marco saying going to a level 3 do not travel. Cat saying okay, many tour companies offer tours there. Also, well, what's their hold on. Canadian travel advice map. Will that get me what I want? Yeah. No. Is it not a map? UK and Britain both have maps. Russia, yeah, avoid. Belarus, avoid. Darn. Okay, it's under Moldova. Moldova. With regional advisories. Okay. Yeah, avoid non-essential travel. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying it's part of Moldova. I know it's part of Moldova, but I wasn't sure if they would list it as its own thing on the website. Because it was just saying, like, it was just giving this. So I wasn't sure if breakaway regions... I don't know. I wasn't sure how they would list breakaway regions. We could do, like, a bingo. We could do, like... create a bingo card with all the avoid all travel places. And see who can get 5 in a row first. You do Syria is a fairly safe one now. So you do Syria, Sudan's falling apart again. If you go to like Western Ukraine, that could be an easy one to get. What else could you get? Don't go to either of these. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. I could be convinced to go to one of these. Don't go there. I think you could go to Kinshasa and be fine. Don't go... I don't know. Would not go there. I think you could go there. You could go there. Now. Don't go there. You could go there. Oh, don't actually do what I'm saying, by the way. I feel like it's a really important caveat. Don't actually, like, do this. I don't need that being pulled up when it's like, so-and-so has been gunned down in Yemen after YouTuber says, go there. Freezite saying cats is godlike in his world, we just live in it. Oh, it's his world, we just live in it. Gargantuan ups, cat's going to Transnistria to set up his own caliphate. Sorry for the spoiler. Cat saying I'm tempted to take a tour in northern Iraq. Is northern Iraq safe? Because that's... I'd go to Baghdad. I'd totally go to Baghdad. I'd totally go to Kabul. I not yet. We've talked about that. I feel like Baghdad's somewhat safe now. Yeah, Cat saying I know a friend who's just in Afghanistan last month. Because isn't just... I don't know if everyone's seen this, but Taliban tourism? Is that it? Yeah, the Taliban-led government in Afghanistan is actively promoting tourism. Yeah. Welcome to Afghanistan. Video invites U.S. vacation. Yeah. Taliban wish you were here. Holiday in Afghanistan. Oh, that article was a year old. Okay, wow, I fell really behind in the chat. Sammy Marco saying if they put it on their main list, it'd imply that... Yeah, I know it would imply that Canada recognizes Transnistria, but it was just... thought I'd check. Cat saying I did go to Ethiopia last year. It's a level 3. I remember you mentioning that, yeah. Cat saying for Yemen, I want to go to Sokhtora. I've heard Sokhtora is actually pretty safe and has been largely unaffected by the war. But Freezite saying if you're looking for a decent traveling points credit card, Chase has 100k bonus miles and 60k on the JetBlue card. Is that the reserve with 100k bonus miles? Because when I got it, it was like 65, but that was the preferred, which is somehow not the highest one, which feels off. Yeah, Sammy Marcus saying Kurdistan seems safe. I feel like my concern with Kurdistan would be the people who want Kurdistan to not be there anymore, acting on that while I'm there, you know? Okay, Freezite saying Erbil is safe to go. Baghdad is still dangerous. Interesting. Would have thought it was the other way around. Christopher likes saying, imagine having Iran, Ukraine, and Moldova on your passport. Moldova's not the bad one. Ooh. Cat saying for Baghdad, I want to go to Babylon. That would be really cool. Yeah, saying Socotra is a safe and unique place on Earth. Yeah, I remember seeing a Reddit post about what it's like there. It seemed pretty decent. Okay, Freezite saying it's the $99 a year fee one. Don't know quality, only for new people. Okay. Wouldn't be able to do it, unfortunately, then, because I have the preferred. But I also have the Venture X, which I do really like. Except that I wasted a bunch of points by missing my flight. Like a month or so ago, which I talked about on here. I threw away so many points. I've thrown away so many points. I had a flight to Hong Kong at one point that I just didn't get on. I don't know if I've mentioned that. But I did. And I just didn't get on it. Because I was too tired. I was like, never mind. But yeah, Sammy Marcus saying need to go to Moldova. That is Cats, you gotta go to Moldova. You do have to go to Moldova. I really hope you do. The cat saying, in my old passport, I have a stamp from Jordan entering the West Bank. That's wild. Yeah, banned in certain countries with it. That is wild. Menuet saying, hello all, welcome in Menuet. We're currently in the middle of nowhere. Clicking around, chatting. Tired saying shudders as the points guy on the stream. Yeah. It happens, you know. Sammy Marco saying, you almost went to Hong Kong, you're insane, Ewan. Yeah, yeah. That was too hopeful. That was a psychotic move. That was me completely overestimating my capabilities with that one. But Christopher Lex saying, FYI, NBC's Destination X was a great series. I feel like you've talked about that on here and I don't remember what it is. What was that? Was that where they sent them some... Oh, it was Real Life GeoGuessr. Right, okay, I remember. Right? Sammy Marco saying, Eastern Europe summer trip, being the only American in these random towns. Are you doing an Eastern Europe summer trip? Who's doing an Eastern Europe summer trip? Ewannnawe station. I don't know. Cat saying, yeah, sad my flight to Chisinau got cancelled. I still don't know how to pronounce that city. Now I'm arriving there at 12:30 a.m. to figure out how to get to my hotel and we'll have less sleep when I want to do a city tour the next day. Yeah, it's not too bad, honestly. I mean, you're getting like 9 hours in London now, which is cool. You get to go do something in London. Not that you haven't already been there, but I feel like you wouldn't have gotten much done between 8:30 and 12:30, and then you get to I guess you've mentioned before you go to bed fairly early, so that might be rough on you. But I remember like the first day we were in Kazakhstan. So we left New York at like 4 p.m. Fly to Istanbul, maybe sleep a bit on the plane. Fly to Kazakhstan. We land at 4 in the morning. Go to our hostel. Sleep for 3 hours. Wake up. Do the whole city. Get back. And sleep for another 3 hours. And then it's the next day and we get on a bus to Kyrgyzstan. So we went I was on 11 hours of sleep in 3 days. My friend was on 7. It's just the adrenaline of travel. Sammy Marcus saying, no, I'm just yapping. I'd like to do an Eastern Europe summer trip because the weather's much better and avoid the crowds in Western Europe and cheaper. Yeah, that's a good idea, honestly. If you're going to do a summer trip in Europe, you'll avoid... excuse me. And you'll avoid the crowds. But I've always felt like Eastern Europe is a winter trip. I want to experience the cold, But that's just me. I get burnt so easily. I don't like being outside in the summer. Hence leaving Florida because it's 11 months of summer. But Digi saying Gaborone, in my opinion, I could see that. The problem is we don't have enough to go off of. Like, even a highway sign. Like, if we can get a highway sign, that would help. But Kat saying, Sammy, do a Baltics bus trip from Poland to Estonia. That'd be sick. That'd be a good video. Christopher Lexon feels like this is Australia. I could get behind that, but we've seen too many African names, I think. Like, here we go. Awesome. You're kidding me. Gumape, Shakawe, like, it's just, those aren't Australian. But that's also, there's no road number to hunt this down, so I wouldn't even know where to start here. Katsing, can you check Botswana map? Yeah. Gumape. There's Gumare. Is that an R? No, it's definitely a P. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see it. Oh, Shikawe is on that road? Where? Where was that? You know what? I'm fine just trusting it. Yeah. I trust you. How do we feel about Botswana? Cat saw it. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, Semi Marco saying Bulgaria to Finland. That would be sick. Istanbul to Finland. That would be wild. Okay, what, northern Botswana? So there's Gumara. Oh, yep, there it is. Shikawe. Cool. Let's do it. Awesome. Good spot, cats. Awesome. Oh, yay. But what's it? Yeah, Semi Marco saying the Iceland trip makes Europe in the winter. Seems really not great. That's fair. Yeah. And Cat saying summer's hot there in Europe. I'd avoid it. Yeah, I like going places when it's hot is good for certain, like Cancun when it's hot, Paris when it's hot, Rome when it's hot. And there's time for hot trips and there's time for temperate trips. I feel like Europe is a 65 degrees trip. You know? But, yeah. Yeah, Freezite saying try Oslo in December, -10 Celsius. Joao Pedro saying got some great points. Semi Marco saying the Iceland trip still feels like a dream. Probably because you weren't asleep. You like weren't sleeping. EU flag right here. Boo boo boo. Yeah. Yeah, Semi Marco saying speaking of Finland. Cat saying I don't want it to be winter yet. I'm so excited for winter. I'm glad that summer we're exactly where I would love it to be right now. It'd be nice for a few more weeks. Maybe I'll go to the beach. Maybe. And then it's going to cool down. It's going to be perfect for a couple months. And then it'll get really cold for like a month or two. And then we're done. Menuet's asking, are we on a snowmobile? I believe we are. Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah. Just catching up. You show up, Pedro saying, speaking of North Russia, I don't think it's... We did see an EU flag, so we can eliminate that. Christopher likes saying, I want it to be winter. I hate this heat. Yeah, it's... I'm happy for it to be, you know... We're getting there. You show up, Pedro, speaking of North Canada. April, May are great time. April, May are the best times to go to Europe, 100%. That's great. Because also, if you do May right, you can still kind of... Nah, never mind. What does that say? We're really just going to do a circle here, aren't we? What's that plate over there? Can't tell. Oh, there's a flag in front of the building? Hold up. Where? Oh. Yeah, that's not going to be helpful. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, better than a cow. Fair enough. Sammy Marco saying, yeah, looking forward to fall, October. Eltard saying, come visit upstate New York during a lake effect snowstorm. Alright, yeah, I guess winter's maybe not. I haven't had a New York winter yet. Freezite saying this is probably Austria. I could see that, but not certain yet. Better than a cow. Though I did Sweden, Finland, Estonia in December before, and us saw nice Christmas markets even if it's cold. You went to the Christmas town too, didn't you? Okay, wait, what's this? Is this going to be in German? I can't tell. Yay. This help? Prezidenska. This is not Austria. Ubidovani. This is not Austria. This is... Yeah, WDig, I think you're right. I think this could be Hungarian. Yeah, WDig saying we are so back. Shout out the Ecuador video. PTSD. Right? Is that Hungarian? No, okay. Yeah, everyone's saying Czech. Okay. We feeling 100% on that? Okay, everyone seems to be good with that. Nice. But Friesite saying... Okay, this is German. Friesite saying I'm in the middle of brainstorming for... Wait. German word for police. Stop sign. This is... Okay, well, that's annoying. The police are blocking the sign. Okay, Austrian eagle on the police. Okay, thank you. Glad I briefly looked down. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we back? Are we back? Yes? No? Okay. We're back. Cool. Man. I even have, like... whole Ethernet cord running to the router. It's a 100-foot long Ethernet cord. I don't know. I think that's just not having a professional setup. Not making bajillions of dollars on YouTube means I get normal civilian Wi-Fi. What's it? Christopher likes saying ill-tired. I was on an Amtrak one year in February, went right by the Cleveland Browns Stadium in a blizzard. Do the trains run in the blizzard? But, oh, so it's BIO Barcelona then? Semi Marco's saying the train might be better. Okay, Menuet's saying you lost it altogether, but now we're back. Okay, yikes. Is that a Remax ad? Yeah. Oh, BIO is Bilbao. Gotcha. It's a North American numbering plan. This doesn't look like North America. I thought this was New Zealand, completely honest. Yeah, Cat saying Canada vibes, check speed limit. Okay. Yep. Yeah, and Cat saying we have Remax in Canada too. Let's find a speed limit. Yeah, WDX saying not making bajillions of dollars yet. Yeah. Maybe when I get these videos out. Oh, there's Friesite saying looking to rent a villa south of Naples. That'll be so nice. Oh, wait, is that some front? Of course, went the wrong way. I'm ignoring that. I don't know what to make of it, so I'm ignoring it. Yeah, Semi Marco saying native language. I would assume. But too confusing. Yeah, Great American. Rent a villa south of Naples, write the next Great American novel where Sammy, Marco, and Drew fight each other with plastic spoons. What a great day that would be. Yeah, Menuet saying gives me Northern Washington State. Okay, Katz is saying 250 is British Columbia area code. This is British Columbia. Sammy Marco calling it because BC is because. Yeah, Columbia fuels. We good with Canada? Sammy Marco saying streamed yesterday to the router in the other room. 180p, 60, and it was fine. Yeah, see, this is fine sometimes, and sometimes it just isn't, and I don't understand technology enough. No one's allowed to say shout out Canucks in the chat. WDig, I'm going to mute the word Canucks. I'm going to mute all the hockey team names except one. No one's allowed to say a hockey team name. There's one hockey team in this chat. And it's not the Canucks. Alright, Canada. Nice. WDig saying boo. Nope. Boo the Canucks. Boo the Canucks. Sammy Marcus saying, why do you hate the Canucks? I hate 31 of the NHL teams. There's no other sport where I hate every single other team. I hate 31 of the NHL teams. Football, baseball, mostly don't care. Baseball, just hate the Yankees for the most part. Football, Saints, don't like the Saints. Could never root for them. Sammy Marco, okay. Sammy Marco's saying Tampa Bay Lightning suck, though. Tampa Bay Lightning have 3 rings in the last 25 years. Not many other teams have that. Sammy Marco says hates the Yankees, lives in NYC. Yes, but I have a closer connection to literally every other team in that division. I genuinely have a close connection to every other team in that division. So it makes no sense for me to like the... Like, even if I were to be like, oh, fine, I'll give in, like, I still have a reason to like the other teams more. Okay, Red Dirt. It doesn't feel Brazil. But... Ooh, Sammy Marco got his new laptop. Yeah, I gotta check out your live stream. Is that still on the... Is that posted on your YouTube channel, or did you take it down? But what's it going through it? Tired saying go Sabres. Yeah, exactly. Not rooting for the Rangers. We're good. Cat saying go Flames. Wasn't there a Stanley Cup final where the Flames lost? I wonder who beat that. Flames are cool, though. Flames are cool. They're not really a threat, so I'm not really bothered about them. Okay, it's unlisted. Gotcha. Sammy Marco saying go Flyers. Boo. Nah, Flyers. As long as you don't like the Dallas Cowgirls. W-Dig asking, did you catch the Copa America Femenina last night? Brazil vs. Colombia, insane game, went to penalties. I had no idea what was going on. That's so annoying. I had no idea that was happening. I knew the Women's Euros was happening, but not... See, that's frustrating. I would like that to get coverage, so I know that it's happening. But Sammy Marco's asking, what's your connection to Boston? That was... I lived there when I was a youth. So when my parents came to the U.S., that was kind of where they were. So when they got into sports, it was Boston sports. So initially, I was a Red Sox fan. And then we moved to Florida when I was like... I have like 7 memories from Boston. Moved to Florida, obviously then took on Tampa teams. That's the Boston connection. The cat saying, yeah, Sammy, I'd love to watch one of your streams one time. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was hoping it was still up so we could watch. But let us put it in the Discord next time you stream so we can check it. Yeah, Freezite saying the only team I hate are the Dallas Cowboys. Drew actually wants to go to Dallas one day so he can pee on the stadium. Fun fact. Christopher likes saying, now you're speaking my language, cowgirls. Yeah, Freezite saying, yeah, Yankees because I'm a good person. Exactly. Okay, WDig saying not spoiling, but I'll send the highlights because it was bonkers. Thank you. Sammy Marcus saying both your parents are from Scotland. No. Mother is English. Come on, keep going. Freezite saying little Ewan was such a roughneck townie from the Mattapan. What's a Mattapan? Sammy saying Boston, Tampa, such a downgrade. Yeah, I don't like having grown up in Florida. Wasn't massively intentional. It's funny because if you actually wait, I'll show this. This is hilarious. It's on my phone. Because I looked at this yesterday. So it's a thing where it's not up to date entirely, but it's up to date as of the last like 3-4 years. So it's a travel map of everywhere you go, and it's so everywhere else it's like a normal amount of lines, right? Normal amount of lines, and then the deep line of Tampa to anywhere in the Northeast, the like me escaping line is wild. Okay, the hood in Boston. Mattapan is South Boston. Gotcha. Mattapan, Murder Pan. Gotcha. Let me look for it. Mattapan, South Boston. I don't see it. I don't see Mattapan. Huh. Oh well. Oh wait, speaking of Boston, anyone seen New Massachusetts flag? Potentially, they had a competition to design it. I haven't seen any finalists yet, but I was so pumped when I saw that. I'm not a massive fan of a lot of the mock-ups I saw on Reddit, but I'm excited. I'm a big fan of states moving away from like seal on just like a color. You know, the classic state thing. I feel like we're all in that camp. I feel like if there's a group of people that is in that camp, it's this group of people. So I'm excited to see what Massachusetts does. Freezite saying I have a cousin living in Jamaica playing in Boston because he broke. I mean, I remember going to the kind of Jamaica Reservoir over here, and that was nice. Freezite said new Mass flag better have a Dunkin' Donut with sprinkles on it. I did see a lot of people saying that. A Mass flag won't be fitting unless it's a Dunkin' flag. Christopher likes, yeah, Minnesota changed their flag. They kind of took it and went a different way than was expected, though, right? La Lomita? I don't know. Like, they took the popular one and then changed it a little. Sammy Marcus saying, I like states are getting better flags. Virginia needs to keep it. Yeah, I don't, like, okay, Virginia. I know Virginia's is that same camp. Like, Virginia flag. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, see, there's a lot they could do with this to make it better. And there's but then you run into the people don't like the new Minnesota flag because it feels like a corporate rebrand. It feels too basic. Yeah, this was the one that won, wasn't it? And then they were like, no, this. And then, was it Utah did one? And it's a little, I have mixed feelings on I have mixed feelings on this one. I feel like it's a little too weird. I feel like you go beehive or you go mountains. You don't do both. It feels a little too unconventional now. And then new Massachusetts flag. Yeah, see, this is kind of, this is cool. I like this. That's the current one, of course. I like this one here. I saw this one with the St. George's Cross and then the 4 trees. I really like that. But anyway. Yeah, Freezite saying we used to skate on that pond. Yeah, exactly. The flag looks like a corporate logo. That it had life with the 3 different colors on it, and then they were like, never mind. Yeah, Sammy Marcus said people should vote in an election, give them 3 options. Yeah, well, that's what New Zealand did. Or did they change it and don't change it and then don't change it one? But the plan was to do the ranked system? Yeah, Freezite saying JJ McCullough did a video on how the vexillology rules are being taken too literally. I watched that one a while back. That was a really good video. Because he's right. It's like if you obey it to a T, then you don't get that. You know, you kind of don't really get that. That's a great, like, objectively best flag. Let me grab it. I gotta grab it. I realize I could have also just grabbed the U.S. flag. Like, this amazing flag. This is the best flag. I wish this were the U.S. flag. This would be so cool. I want Brazil to be more relevant just so that this gets waved more. This is an awesome flag. You know? Samuel Marcos in Canada has a great flag too. Love the Canadian flag too. But it's... Okay, I gotta unclick Brazil. But Canada follows the vexillology rules, though. Yeah, you want the Kiwi with laser eyeballs, the New Zealand flag. That's such a funny flag. Chris Fleck saying the Rhodes Cena match is nuts. I have no idea who those people are, if I'm honest. Unless that's John Cena, but I feel stupid for even asking if that's John Cena. I'll try saying unlick before zooming. What? Yeah, exactly. For that, there's no personality and no depth on the flag. Like there's no character. It doesn't make you think, oh, I'm proud to be Minnesotan. It doesn't like stand out. You know, this stands out. This Brazil. This stands out. Okay, I mean unclick. Yep. Okay, that makes more sense. like that's cool. The Minnesota one, like if I were a Minnesotan, like if you told me Florida was redoing the flag, I'd submit like 10 redesigns. I'd be on that. That would be my entire week as I'd be submitting redesigns. Because I'm very middle of the road on our flag. I don't love it, but like it's our flag, and it's not one of the ones that's just a seal on a color. We at least have like the cross of burgundy on there, so like take what I can get. But I have 10, 20 submissions, 100%. I'm going on a rant, but yeah, US is a little bit busy with the 50 stars, but not terrible. Like the US one, I don't think it would. I think it looks good. I think it looked really good with the 48 stars. But if we were a minor country, I don't think it would be talked about as much as in terms of like the iconic flag. I think our prestige as a world power makes our flag look better because it's seen so much in so many contexts. It's so relevant that it's just kind of like, yeah, it's there. It's cool. Did that make sense? Exactly, Freeza. Estados Unidos do Brasil. It's do Brasil, not de Brasil. Oh, okay, Christopher likes saying it is John Cena. I didn't know he actually still did WWE. Freeza saying new conspiracy. John Cena died 10 years ago and was replaced by a Chinese clone. You just lost some social credit, Freezite. But Freezite also saying new Florida flag has to have the Spanish flag colors and an alligator eating a felon. Argentinian flag. We did see La Latima earlier, so probably Argentina. Wait, I have that one too. Yeah. Woo. Alright. That's a completely different blue than what's on there. This is like a... this is like a Honduras blue. Am I thinking of Honduras? I always get these flags mixed up. No, I'm not thinking of Honduras. What am I thinking? I am thinking of Honduras. This feels like a Honduras blue. But, anyway. Argentina. Yeah, steak and cows. Love it. Okay. But what's Freezite talking about? Our former prestige. The cat saying a flag with an alligator sounds amazing. I think if we pull off the alligator the same way California does the California with the bear, that's a great flag, but it doesn't follow the rules at all. Actually, I'm against an alligator being on the flag, if I'm so honest. Unless they can do it like this, with the Argentinian sun, like the Sol de Mayo. Unless they can do it something like that, rather than the California bear, I think that would be pretty cool. You know? But, yeah. Yeah, Cat saying, yeah, Argentina, Libertad. Freezite saying, no, I'm a trendsetter and pioneer. My conspiracies will take over the world. No, your conspiracies obsess over, like, Drew and Sammy Marco. So there's not enough people to latch onto them. It's just these people here. Christopher likes same idea for a Florida flag. Spanish colors with a palm tree and sunrise, sunset. I dig it. Okay, here's my thing. With that, every redesign I've seen, oh, it's a Kyrgyz plate. This is Kyrgyzstan. I would go with Kyrgyzstan. Let's at least find a second plate. Yeah, that's also a Kyrgyz plate. This is Kyrgyzstan. Hey, my gripe with all the Florida flag redesigns I've seen on Reddit are that I can tell that they weren't designed by Floridians, because it leans too far into the, like, too much into the into, like, what you think of as Florida, but not like coastal Florida, but it doesn't take into account the middle. I don't mean Central Florida. I mean 10 miles back from the beach, anywhere in the state, like the swamps and all that. I think there's too much happening in the state for there to be enough imagery to really encapsulate it. I think, in my head, the perfect Florida flag, red background, orange background, and then you keep the cross of burgundy there, and that's it. It's basic. You take the seal off, get rid of the white, because then you just have Alabama's flag. It's Alabama's flag, but you replace the white with orange. That's the ideal Florida flag in my head. And maybe you change the cross to look like the old flag of the Spanish Empire. I think that would be cool. That's my rant. Freezite doesn't like me talking about the bear like that. I think it doesn't look like a flag. It just looks like a design. This is not a flag. God's living among us mere mortals. And are we good with Kyrgyzstan, by the way? We have Cyrillic now. I think we kind of... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I thought I recognized the mountain there. I've been on this road. I've been right here. So we got a van from Bishkek all the way down. We went to Tokmak, down through here to the lake, and then went to, like, Tosar. But yeah. Sammy Marco saying you've been here, insane. You'll see it in the video. In like a year and a half. Freezite saying, yeah, our flag is amazing, don't hate. It's a cool design, but I don't think it's a flag. It's not these, you know? It's not these. These are great. California's missing that. So are most of the states. But yeah, Kat's saying nice you've been there. Yeah, and Kat's is going to be there in a month. Kat's, are you doing Lake Isak cool? It's Manto G. So G being street here. Yeah, Freezite saying Ewan was literally there. We should get extra points. Yeah, it is a bucket list spot. It was really cool. Like the horseback riding we did there was cool. Like here. Can I even... I feel like it might show up horribly on the screen, but it was this Instagram post was right in that area. It does not look that good when I hold it up to the screen, but those of you who follow me on Instagram may have seen that. That's that area. Okay. Kat's saying it is... Wait. Yeah, Kat's agreeing it's such a bucket list spot. WDig saying Lithuania, Baltics for the win. The G and the E with a dot over it. Okay. Nice. Okay, Baltic. Which way do we come from? I got turned around. Oh, the U with the little tail. Let's go this way. This little fake sheep. That's a great beware of dog sign. I love that. Okay, WDig saying very confident Lithuania. WDig is our Baltics expert, so I'm inclined to go with that. Freezite saying, I don't know, for all we know, no video has come out. Maybe Ewan didn't go to Kyrgyzstan. New conspiracies, discuss amongst yourselves. Yeah. Yeah. Sammy Marco saying, I don't know if he went to Montreal either, or Senegal. Oh, wait, there's a flag over here. Oh, that's an old Lithuanian one. I will say the Montreal video's done. Actually, there's like one little voiceover thing that I'm debating whether or not leaving in or if I can re-record it better. But once I've got that, it's done. I wanted to have it out yesterday, but my computer went ballistic for about 3 days, and it was doing weird stuff where it would export funny, and I had to update my whole computer. And then today, like, some files were weird, and I like. Sammy Marco saying you're too much for a perfectionist. Yes, but I will say the past 3 days, genuinely, I thought I was going to have to get a new computer. And I thought I was going to have to start over. And I was going to lose my mind. I think a new computer is going to happen sometime soon. But I can get this out before then. And the I'm Not Dead video is done entirely. There's nothing there that still needs touching up on. That's just done. And so my plan is work on the thumbnails the next few days, because I've got Russian class tomorrow. I'm supposed to meet a friend on Tuesday, and then just in between that, when I have time at home, work on the thumbnails. And then ideally the I'm Not Dead video comes out on Wednesday or Thursday, and then the Montreal video on Saturday. That's what I'm really, really hoping. Really, really, really hoping. And that one is the most complicated edit, I think. So everything else should be easier after that, but I have no idea. Sammy Marco asking, how many Russian classes do you have per week? Just the one. Just Monday nights. Yeah, this means nothing to me. Okay, Kat's saying this is Lithuania too. Alright. That's multiple people saying it, so let's do it. Love it. Okay, Kat's saying, we'll just checked the tour itinerary. We go south of Lake Issyk-Kul from Bishkek to Almaty. Like, you go around it up to Almaty? Yeah, no, but for real, Sammy Marco, export issues are the worst. I genuinely, I don't even know how to describe what happened the past few days. Okay, cool, you're going around it. No, the class is not in the Coney Island area. I did discover there's a Russian population there, like, yesterday. But no, it's by, like, an actual language school. W. Dick saying this looks like the U.S. I think it's not, actually. I normally am quick to be like, oh, this is the U.S., but I don't think it is. Sammy Marco saying you didn't know that till yesterday. No, I've only lived here like 6 months. I don't know the demographic breakdown of each neighborhood yet. I'm still learning. But what's it? Freezite saying I will put that on my when, if ever, the videos come out, that consciousness will be revived with the technology of 2125. Yeah, Freezite saying we need a new video or Drew gets it. It's coming. It's coming. I will say it was actually funny. Yeah, Sim Marco saying I've never been to NYC, and I knew that. Oh. There's always more stuff to learn. It was really funny though. I was editing the video yesterday, and there was a clip that kind of glitched out, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Let me see if it's like that on like the raw file. So I go into Google Photos, find the raw file, and do people have, you know, Google Photos where it recognizes your face? It just puts everybody's face into a folder, and it's like, so you can sort by person, even if you don't want it to. It does that. So I went in and I look at this clip, and it's me. I'm in a beanie, and I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, WDig knows what I'm talking about. It's so crazy it does that. Well, get this. Okay, this is probably, yeah. Katz is saying Finland, I think. Jarvi is Finnish, maybe Estonian. This is definitely Finnish or Estonian. Yeah, okay. WDig saying this looks Finnish. Be great if we could see this, but I guess the highway sign should be enough. WDig saying Finland or Sweden, too. So this very well could be Finland with that 53. It could be Estonia too. All right, we'll keep looking. But I was going in and doing that, and in one of the clips, I'm wearing a beanie. And then, hold that thought. This seems more. I don't know. WDig asking any street signs end with Teely. Oh, wait, there's a map over there. Is that map of... Okay, too far. Go back. Okay, no, it's not that. WDig saying this is definitely Finland. I'm happy to take your word on that. Anyone object? Okay, Cat's saying that the street sign ends in T. Alright, let's do it. It's taking a second. Okay, cool. Okay, Estonia, they end in T-E-E. Finland is T-I-E. Okay, left-hand drive. This is Malaysia or Indonesia. But, what's it? Right. So I go into this clip for the video, and it has tagged a face. I'm like, that's not my face. I know whose face this is in the Indonesian flag. How do we feel with Indonesia? So I'm like, that's not my face. I know whose face that is. Google Photos. Yep, everyone's saying Indonesia. Google Photos has been tagging the pictures of my face where I have a head covering, so like a beanie or a bike helmet or a baseball hat. It's been tagging those as my ex-girlfriend. Sophia. Bulgaria. So I kind of had a moment where I was just like sitting here. I was like, and I called my roommate in because he knows her. So I was like, do you see what it's doing? Yeah, everyone laughing at that. Yes, we're good with Bulgaria. Yep. No, X is not named Sophia, but yeah, that was an awkward one yesterday. It's even funnier when you know that, her grandma and my dad are from like only a few miles away from each other in Scotland, and there was a point when we were dating where her grandma was like, hey, by the way, cousin so-and-so just married someone with Ewan's last name from his family's town, so like heads up. So that was just like another piece to that puzzle that I didn't want to happen. WDig asking, is this New Zealand? So I would think that, but this seems to be... Yes, okay, it's left-hand drive. I shouldn't have had to place myself in a car to do that. Yeah, I would go with Bermuda here, honestly. Sammy Marco saying Ewan almost did an incest. You had a Scottish girlfriend, that's cool. As wasn't Scottish. She was American. She was 1/4 Scottish. Yeah, I would go with Bermuda here. But AM, yeah, I don't know what that is, and I was kind of just ignoring that. WDig saying, wait, I thought they didn't have cars there. No, we've been to Bermuda on here. And it had cars, I think. Or it had a Street View car. Oh, wait, no, yeah, this is confusing. Yeah, Kat's saying we had Bermuda before. We had Bermuda like once. Yeah, and these plates would line up with it being North America rather than New Zealand. Oh, did you see Hamilton somewhere? Freezite saying, by the way, I planted the grapevine. I'm eating my own crop right now. That's awesome. How long ago did you plant that? That's quick. Okay, it said Hamilton and St. George's earlier. I'm very confident this is Bermuda. Anyone object to that? I feel like we can do that. I feel like we're good here. Mid-Atlantic Wellness Institute. We're literally in the Mid-Atlantic. That's the Bermudan flag. We're in Bermuda. Just had to confidently zoom in and hope. Alright, there we go. Awesome. Cat saying, you trying to make your own wine, Freezite. That's what I assumed was happening there. Yeah, Ill-Tired saying, ooh, Ill-Tired, you make your own wine? Okay, this is also really cool. What a view. Oh, turkey. It's that simple. Yeah. What was I going to say? Okay, yeah, Freezite saying planted about 18 months ago at my parents' house. Okay, that seems like a reasonable amount of time. Ooh, I just scratched my sunburn. That was unpleasant. Yep, everyone's saying turkey. Cat saying Bhutan. I was thinking that at first too, and then I looked around a bit more. Also, mosque. Yeah, this is Turkish. Alright. Turkey, any objections? Oh, Freezite saying no, they're table grapes. Wild. Yeah, Christopher likes saying odd Bermuda spawn. Yeah, that is good. We haven't had Bermuda in like a year. It's a wild one. Alright, let's do it. Turkey Trabzon? Yeah, close. Oh, I didn't realize there was a boat. Oh, to Sochi. That's interesting. Novorossiysk to Poti? Is that Georgia? It seems to be written in Georgian, so yeah. The Big Pollo. Donde está the Big Pollo? Oh, I put this in the Discord earlier, but I was at a Mexican restaurant last night, and they had a section for pollos especiales, and I just laughed. I was obviously laughing to myself, because what was I going to explain to the guys I was with? Like, oh yeah, so there's... I wouldn't even know where to start on the explanation there. But, yeah, I was just laughing to myself because it said pollos especiales. And I was like, haha, pollo. Oh, turkey's the big pollo. Right, okay. Not exactly, though. Sammy Marco saying the prices on that menu were many dollar signs. It was honestly, that was just the... You know when you're looking at a menu and there's that kind of like special entrees section where everything's $1 billion, and then you go to the other entrees and it's normal cost? I think this is Peru, by the way. This seems like southern Lima. Yeah, Freeside sent, so there's this crazy dude in my chat, basically. But what's it? Yeah, no, the entrees there are like $17 normally. Like if you're getting something normal, like I got enchiladas, it was $17. I genuinely think this is Peru. I'm convinced this is Lima, and to prove that, I'm actually going in the wrong direction. I should be going west if I want to prove that. I'm so convinced this is Lima. Keep going, keep going. This is one of those, like, I have no evidence, but this looks like somewhere I've been before rounds. Peruvian flag. I'm telling you, this is South Lima. come on. Let's... Yeah, Cat saying Peru. Freezite saying WDig is a bona fide pimpster. Freezite saying, yeah, I need to visit Lima and eat pollo from the main source. If you visit Peru, I've got a recommendation for you. Good, yeah, okay. Peruvian flag right there. Oh. Yeah, okay. This is Peru. We're good. Manda, Peru. Menuet saying, I'm saying good night early. Going out of town next week, so I'll talk to you later. Safe travels. Hope it's good and you're going somewhere fun. But I don't know if it really counts as early when it's 4 minutes prior. It's pretty much wrapping up. But safe travels. Yep, as I said, yep, south of Lima. Or South Lima. Big brain. Okay. Italy. Yep, got the double blue on the plate, double blue on the plate. This is Italy. Watch, this sign will be in Italian. That sign left. This sign is in Italian. Ooh, tomorrow's a holiday in Canada? Nice. You can still relax. Love that for you. Yeah. WDig asking not San Marino. I'm looking for street signs to confirm. Doesn't seem San Marinish. Oh, civic holiday. What is the point of this civic holiday? Yeah, it looks urban. It looks too urban to be San Marinese. Yeah, Cat saying the same. Too populated. Are we in Catania? Yeah, this is not San Marino. We good with Italy? Yeah. Okay, Catania, Sicily. Sick. Okay, just have a holiday in August. We almost have a holiday. We have almost at least one holiday each month. That's nice. I would love that. That's a nice way to live. French. Not French signs though. Probably Belgium. WDig saying "Woo, land of my peoples." WDig, are you Sicilian? Oh, Belgian flag on the sign. Really? Was it that easy? Where? Oh, I see it. I see it. EU flag, Belgian flag. Yep. We good with Belgium then? Yes. No. Maybe. Okay, fan from Sicily. Nice. Nice. Saw a bunch of Sicilian history today at the Ellis Island Museum. So that was cool. Sammy Marco saying, fun fact, Moldova is the first large format retail and entertainment commercial center in Moldova. It was opened November 12, 2008, following an investment of 50 million euros. That's wild. Alright, this one's a doozy. This might be where we end tonight. But yeah, WDig saying, oh, that's super cool. Always wanted to check that out. Definitely do. It was definitely cool. Check it out on a less warm day. But Freezite donating $5. Thank you, Freezite. Really appreciate it. Here's hoping that video was real and not a troll. WDig, Sammy, Drew are all Canadian, Brazilian hill hikers. That's... Oh, look at that. I'm on. Jordan? Good there? Yeah, exactly, Sammy Marco. A lot of Italian NYCers are from Sicily. Yeah, I know. I think I know several. It's... Yeah, meant the Ellis Island Museum, but also applies to Moldova, of course. Gotta go to both. We need like a holy trinity. We need Ellis Island Museum, Moldova, and then something else. Ooh. Pollo Rey in Guatemala. That's the holy trinity. But let's do Jordan. Awesome. We got it. 164. Pretty good day today. That's dead on 30 again, which is what we had last week. So, pretty good. Let's get a sneak peek of next week. Okay. Now we know. Kat saying I'm now tempted to go to Moldova. You shouldn't just be tempted. I think you actually have to go. and Guada Burger. We have to go to Guada Burger too. So yeah, all 3 in a row needs to be your next video. So let's go to Guatemala, Moldova, and well, I can stay here in New York for that one. But awesome week, everybody. Thank you all for joining. As always, great job. I'll see you all back here next Sunday at 8 p.m. and have a wonderful week in the meantime.